Good morning, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Chloe's Candid Conversations. I'm your host, Chloe Celeste, and happy Wednesday. I hope you guys are doing good this fine Wednesday morning because I am good myself. I want to start today's episode off saying that I forgot that last Wednesday was Valentine's Day. So instead of saying Happy Valentine's Day, I'm just going to say I hope you guys had a great Valentine's Day. I had a good Valentine's Day myself. I did absolutely nothing. Yeah. So, getting into last week. As you know, last week was the Mardi Gras last week. Mardi Gras season last week. I don't know how to preface that. It was the last week of Mardi Gras. There we go. And so Monday was the Shenandoah Parade. Never have I ever been to the Shenandoah Parade until that Monday. So this is how we actually got to going to that parade. We was gonna go to Spanish Town, but my mom, she got sick, so we just stayed home. It comes around every year. We can go next year. So my sister takes driving classes, and her instructor, he was like, hey, we're having a little float, and would you like to join the other kids on the float for the parade? And she was like, sure, let me ask my mom. Mom said yes, we was out there. We had every intention to sit and watch the parade and catch beads and whatnot, but the thing is, it was so goddamn cold out there. I'm talking, it had to be like 40, 30 degrees. And so while Kaylee was on the float, we had to go find parking. So being being it as it was, that was our first time being at that parade. We did not know like the parking situation. So we was trying to find parking. We did find parking, and it wasn't like exactly on the parade route. So we had to walk a little bit, but it was so cold out there that we just stayed in the car. We did get out eventually to see Kaylee on the float, but other than that, we watched Kaylee and then we went back to the car because it was too cold to be out there. And like people had their babies and stuff, like they was like, yeah, we not about to wait for this parade. I ain't trying to have my kid get sick and whatnot. And I was like, agreed. But then they had the parents out there still with their kids, like still trying to watch the parade and whatnot. And I'm like, y'all, it ain't that serious. If y'all really want bees and stuff, just go to Dollar Tree. They $1. Go to Walmart. They cheap. Go to Target if you want a little something fancier. But yeah, that's all we did Monday. Parade was nice as far as we saw. And people was out there like crazy. Like the area that we was in, like they had people stacked on top of each other, and I was like there wasn't really a lot of police regulation. Like they had police out there, but like the way that it was, there weren't any barricades, so the people would just like kept moving closer and closer and like making the route like smaller and smaller. So people when people brought their big old floats through, they kept telling people like, back up, we gotta get through, back up, or they were gonna get hit. So maybe they need to fix that. So Tuesday came around and I had to drop off an order for my mom. So this order was at the hospital down by wherever the hospital is. Off of Essen? Yeah, I think it's off of Essen. And so I had to go up. I had to deliver it to the emergency room because somebody that worked there, they wanted food, so we delivered. And so as I'm coming down the ramp, like I have a stop sign, and then I'm like looking at like in my surroundings, because I'm like, if I have a stop sign, then other people should have a stop sign too, because like just going like that's a dangerous situation. And so as I get to my stop sign, I stop, I look, and then I see another car coming, but I see they have a stop sign. So I like start inching forward. But then the stupid lady, she runs the stop sign. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, what the police said? What the police said? She ran the stop sign. If I was not being a diligent driver, could have gotten a wreck. And thank God I got a dash cam because it wouldn't have been my fault, regardless of what she said. But like, people get their driver's license out of a cracker jack box because like why are you so stupid? You ran the freaking stop sign. You're not paying attention. Like, do you not value your life or other people's lives? Like, make it make sense. Make it make sense. So with well, now Wednesday. Also on Tuesday, I got a CGM. Well, the doctor prescribed me a CGM. If you don't know what that is a continuous glucose monitor. So I'm trying to do a little something different with my diabetes because you get tired of pricking your finger all the time and whatnot. So I was like, hey, doc, can I get a Dexcom? And he was like, well, Dexcoms are expensive even with insurance. And since I'm not a diabetic on insulin, I would have to like pay out of pocket. If I was a diabetic on insulin, I wouldn't have had to pay out of pocket. But since I don't take insulin, he was like, try the Freestyle Libre and see if you can if your insurance will cover it fully. Thank God for my insurance. It did cover it fully. Even though I wasn't. Oh wait, no. I had to pay $30. I had to pay $30. But hey, it's $30 instead of like he said it would have like cost me hundreds. So insurance came in clutch. So yeah, moving on to Wednesday. I had a orthodontist appointment Wednesday. So went to the orthodontist. I get there early because sometimes they take a little bit extra and I'm like, but if I get there early, then when they finish the next person, then they can just go ahead and call me before my time. So get there early. I waited like 10 extra minutes and I was like, well, god damn, y'all really busy back there. Nope. Come to find out, they was waiting. They made me wait so long so they could let the new girl test her skills on my braces. And in doing so, she chipped my bracket. So she had told her superior that she chipped off a little piece. And the superior was like, oh, we'll just fix it in the next visit because for some reason I don't remember the specifics, but yes, now I am walking around with a chipped bracket, and I don't know. I'm tired of being the guinea pig. Like I know that people need to get their practice and experience in so they can be better. I don't know what you call. I don't know if you would call them nurses. They're like dental assistants. There we go. Like so you can be a better dental assistant and whatnot. But I'm tired of being the guinea pig. And like I get it. Like this, my certain situation is a tad bit different than everybody else's because my teeth, the doctor said my teeth, they're like fighting with them. So like they have to like put all these different whatchamacallits in and whatnot. And I get it. I get that they need practice. But this is the second time that that something has happened with my bracket. And I'm sick and tired of it. So like can I volunteer not to be the guinea pig anymore because I don't like this. I don't like this not one bit. So Thursday, I had to go back to school. Break was over. We only got 3 days. But like my grandmother, she works in the school system. She, she works in elementary school. Yeah, cause I'm in college. She doesn't work in that school system. She got a whole week, and I was like lucky. And then my friends that go to school in New Orleans, they got the whole week, and I was like lucky. I only got 3 days, so boohoo. But yeah, so went back to school Thursday, got to class, and we were like talking collectively about like what's going on in class and like other assignments and whatnot. And then time was going on, and we was like, the professor is taking a real long time to get here. Like it was like he usually comes a tad bit late, but like it was like it was class time. Ooh, excuse me, and he still hadn't came to class yet. And they was like, shoot, if he don't show up, we walking out. And I was like, you gotta wait 15 minutes legally. You wait 15 minutes and they not here, you can walk out. This reminds me of a story. So last semester, I had a exam, and the professor, he always came early or like exactly on the dot of when class started. So since the students were like so used to this, like we got worried when he like didn't show up. It was like 5 minutes had passed, 10 minutes had passed, 15 minutes had passed, and like we was like we could leave, but like then we would have to retake the exam, so we was just gonna wait. So come to find out, well wait, we were coming up with all these different scenarios, like did he pass out on the toilet? Did he fall down the stairs? Cause he's a pretty old dude, like not like too old, but like he was older. He was like, well, what happened to the professor? Cause this isn't like him at all. So come to find out, he had all he had already left on his vacation. Cause this was like an exam before our extended vacation, so he had already left for vacation, and we had a proctor for the exam. And the proctor forgot that she had the class. So she was like just in her office or whatnot. So somebody had went looking for him and whatnot, and then they had went up to the office to be like, and his assistant was in there because he was the department head. So his assistant was in the office, and she was like, "Oh, he's not here, but there should be somebody to give you the exam." So she had went look for somebody. The lady came in. She was like, "Guys, I'm so sorry. I forgot I had this class. Let's go ahead and give you the exam so you can go." Excuse me. So yeah, it was like 30 minutes before we took the exam. That's like it's like an hour 15-minute class. So like we had 45. Wait, is it 45 minutes? No. Wait, yes. We had 45 minutes to take that exam. And when I tell you that's the fastest exam I ever took, because truth be told, I was not worried like about the exam. Like I had been making good grades and whatnot in the previous exams. And then like he dropped the lowest exam you have. So I was like, I'm not worried either way. So like, even though I did take the exam really fast, I still got a good grade. But yeah, there was like another time like we almost walked out, but we had rights to walk out, but we didn't. So going back to Thursday, so we almost had a quiz in that same class that the teacher came in late in. Yeah, so he did eventually show, but like we was like, guys, do we have the quiz today? Or like when are we gonna have it? And I'm like, I'm sitting over here like, why do I think we have a quiz today? He neither emailed us nor told us a specific date. I know we college students and we're overwhelmed, but come on now, we gotta think, we gotta be smarter than this. He did not send an email saying, "Hey, the exam is we're having a quiz this day." He did not. Come on, guys. Let's be a tad bit smarter. But yeah, other than that, my school day went fine, uneventful. So when I had got home, my mom had picked up the CGM for me. So while I was trying to put the CGM on, I almost gave myself a panic attack. So it went like this. I opened the little box that it came in, and I'm reading the instructions and whatnot, and I'm like, okay, this seems easy. So when I get to the part where I have to stick it in my arm, because that's what you have to do, when I saw the needle, it's been so long since I've taken insulin, so I'm not used to needles like that. Even though I take like other medicines in an injectable form, like those are like quick shots, and so I almost gave myself a panic attack because I saw the needle and I was trying to like put it on my arm, and like when I eventually did put it in on my arm, it didn't hurt at all, and I was like, I am the most overly dramatic person because I almost gave myself a goddamn panic attack and it didn't hurt not one bit. I didn't even feel it go in. Crazy. But yeah, that same day, Cashmere went to the vet. Baby boy, he is healthy. He is strong. He got sick that day, so that's why they went to the vet. But like he like actually threw up, so they took him to the vet that day. But like, say he was fine. Pop said that they gave him cheese whiz. And I was like, pause for a cause. What do you mean cheese whiz? He was like, the kind of cheese, the spray cheese they you spray on the crackers, and I was like, the human food? And he was like, yeah, and I was like, what in the world? I was like, see, mama, I told you could eat people food. But I was like, cheese whiz? That processed crap? They gave him cheese whiz? Like, I'm sitting over here completely confused and like, what the heck? But like, that's a veterinarian. I'm like, but you're trained in this, sir. So I'm just gonna trust the process. But yeah, he came back. He's all good. Hold on. Shoot my voice. God dang it. He's all good. He had 3 shots. He took them like a champ. He didn't even cry. They gave him some medicine and some stuff to keep his glucose up. The dog is not diabetic. He just sometimes don't eat, and so we gotta give that to him so he don't get sick. So he is a-okay. But also that night, the dog had diarrhea. I'm gonna leave it at that because that's disgusting. Moving on to Friday. Friday. Something dealing with the senior project. It's always something dealing with the senior project on a freaking Friday. So, me and my partner, there's 3 of us, but listen how I said partner instead of partners. So, me and my partner, we were working our butts off to try to like put together our presentation, like a little outline of it, because we was like, okay, like we have our information, like we're communicating, we're getting the stuff done, but we need to put this on the PowerPoint. just in case they ask for it, because they do weekly checks on us to see how we are in our project. And so we put that we've been working on the presentation, and they're like, all right, can you guys send us that presentation so we can see what you're doing? And he was like, oh crap, it actually happened. Like, we need to make this look a little bit better because the department head has to look at this as well. So we was like, we can't just send it to him like it is. It's not like super organized and whatnot. So when they sent us that email, we was like, oh crap, we gotta get on a call and we gotta fix this. And so, like, for the next hour, we had made it look like decently put together. Like, this isn't the final presentation, but like, we didn't want it to look like crap because the department head was going to look at it and whatnot. So we did that. And then the department head, he had sent us an email. He was like, okay, this looks good. If you need any, like, if you hear some resources to help you with the haptic glove part of it. And we was like, thank you, sir. We had sent in the group chat. We was like, we're in the clear. We're in the clear. Because we was full on like panicking. We was like, oh crap, we don't have anything. We have something, but it's not super presentable. But yeah, Saturday came around. I said this once and I'll say it again. Cash is a sweet boy, but he is also very mischievous. I love him very much, but he almost threw up in my bed. And you see, I had went downstairs to do some stuff. And I had left Cassidy to watch him in my room while I went to go do that stuff downstairs. And so Cassidy was going to let him throw up in my bed. And I was like, Cassidy, why would you not take him to the toilet so I can go in the toilet so we don't have to clean up anything? She was like, oh my gosh, I don't know. I'm so traumatized because he was just gagging and stuff, and I didn't want to leave him, so I had so by me to like grab something, so I went and grabbed the towel and whatnot. And I was like, you didn't want to leave him, but you left to grab a towel. Why didn't you pick him up and take him to the bathroom so you wouldn't have had to leave him? My sister Cassidy, everyone, claps for her, claps for her. Jesus, Jesus. But yeah, Cash almost threw up in my bed, but he didn't, so we're Gucci. But yeah, Saturday we had some basketball was on, and since I participated in a bet for the Super Bowl, they gave me bonus bets because I guess like when you don't win, they give you bonus bets. I don't know how FanDuel works. I was just trying because I was like, there could be a possibility. So I participated in some bets in basketball. This was not my money. I only placed the bet for the Super Bowl, so they gave me free bets. So I was like, shoot, it's a win-win for me. I could win money and I didn't have to put no extra down. So I had $15 to spare. So I betted on two different whatchamacallits. One was a 4 parlay and another one was a 17 parlay. I know what you're thinking. 17 parlay. And I was like, hey, it's not my money. And I need to use this before this expires. So let's try. Let's try. And I almost did win, but I didn't. But hey, at least we had fun. I'm still a little bit salty, but hey, at least we had fun. I had fun. Panicking while watching the game in my parents' room. I was like, oh my god, why did I do this to me? But yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. So I was watching a TikTok and they said something about the newer SpongeBob. I'm saying newer in quotations because I beg your pardon, there is no newer SpongeBob. If the show you're talking about is the Patrick Star show, it is it includes SpongeBob, but it is not newer SpongeBob. It does not have SpongeBob's name on the show. It is the Patrick Star show. And y'all need to do better. Y'all need to do better because there is no newer SpongeBob. There is a different show under the franchise, but it is not a newer SpongeBob show. It is the Patrick Star show. So let's please correct ourselves and get it right. So, Sunday rolls around. I watch a TikTok. And it's this TikTok about this lady saying how she doesn't eat pork anymore. And she tried to get her husband to hop on this bandwagon with her, and she was like, "Hey, I will not be serving you pork in this house. If you get it elsewhere, that is fine, but I will not be serving it in this house." He was like, "All right, bet." So, husband got a new job, and at that new job, it was a researching job. They was explaining to them all the like different processes and stuff, and one of the processes was um they did not test on defective animals. So I don't condone animal testing either, but no, there is no but. I don't condone animal testing. I was listening to what she had to say, and so her husband was like, what are some defects that the animals could have? And the person was like, well, sometimes pigs are born without anuses. And I was like, okay, well that's strange. That is a defect. And the husband went on to ask, as he should, what do you mean that sometimes pigs are born without anuses? And he was like, yeah, sometimes pigs are born without anuses. And he was like, well, where does the waste go? And then he was like, well, it gets absorbed back into the pig. And then he was like, came home to his wife and he was like, yep, we're not eating pork anymore. We're not eating pork anymore. They send the defective pigs to the butcher to get them chopped up and shipped out into the market. So, I don't know the percentage, I don't know the ratio of how many pigs we are eating that have had no anuses and their waste was absorbed back into them, but I shall not be eating pork anymore. I rest my case. But yeah, other than that, I had a super great week. I hope you guys had a super great week as well. That is the end of this week's episode. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.